Welcome to Montego Bay and Jamaica's tourism capital. The city is now undergoing one of the boldest transformations in its modern history, from crowded sidewalks to clean, walkable boulevards. This is not the Montego Bay you knew. When these upgrades are completed, Montego Bay will be the renewed heartbeat of Western Jamaica. Welcome back to Good Life in Jamaica. Today we're here in Downtown Montego Bay with an update on the renovations currently going on in the heart of the city. And straight ahead here on the lower section here of Market Street, we can see red brick pavers on the ground. So this is the newly upgraded pedestrian walkway. And we were the very first here on the Good Life in Jamaica YouTube channel to show you just what the completed work here on this lower section of Market Street would look like. And so I can finally say welcome to the new lower Market Street. It's a good look for Montego Bay, the tourism capital of Jamaica. So if this is your first time on our channel, do remember to tap that subscribe button and tap that like button to like our videos, and we can share the good news of infrastructural developments in Jamaica. Here we can see a brick paved pedestrian pathway running down the center of the street. And we can see lovely decorative tile patterns on both sides of the brick path. Palm trees line the center of this pathway and the beautiful pattern there in the middle. Storm drains are there embedded along the side of the street for water runoff, and all in all, it's a good look for Montego Bay. As we look here on Sharpe Square, look at that beautiful water feature there in the center. And I can tell you, just walking through the city, it's like there is a buzz around the city. Everywhere you turn in Montego Bay, there's some form of work going on, some renovations, some beautifications. And just by hearing the pedestrians, persons walking on the road, you can hear the conversation about the good things that are happening in Montego Bay. There's also beautification efforts going on for the Emancipation Independence holidays. Okay, let's look at the other renovations taking place here in downtown Montego Bay. Here we can see similar brick pavers lining the sidewalk here on St. James Street. Barriers are there in place to separate pedestrian traffic from vehicular traffic. And work is still ongoing in this section. Sharpe Square is again ahead of us. On the other side of the road, similar work is going on to have these brick pavers along the sidewalk. Right here we are approaching the intersection of St. James Street and Church Street. I love the fact that these black mesh are installed here to prevent dust and debris from going onto the roadway, and also to protect pedestrians during these constructions. And here on the other side of the road, we're seeing pipes exposed here as steel work is going in for the brick pavers to be laid in this section. Ahead of us again, here on St. James Street, that's the Sharpe Square. There will also be the rezoning of vending in the heart of Montego Bay. The mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, has announced these plans and others which will be introduced in the city very soon.
For years, downtown Montego Bay was overrun with tarpaulins, handcarts, and disorganized vending. While commerce thrived, so did chaos. But that's changing. City leaders unveiled a bold plan to restore order, beauty, and dignity to the streets of downtown. No more makeshift stalls cluttering sidewalks. No more vendors operating in unsafe or unsanitary conditions. Instead, Montego Bay is being redesigned to balance business with beauty. In the lead-up to emancipation and independence celebrations, the city went to work. Streets were cleaned. Sharpe Square was washed down and restored to glory. Public buildings were adorned with the national colors. Flags now fly with pride. Waste bins, clearly marked for recycling and general use, were installed along major corridors. Montego Bay wasn't just being cleaned, it was being reborn. New order, new infrastructure. Perhaps the biggest shift has been the management of vending. Gone are the chaotic clusters of handcarts and tarps. In their place, designated vending zones. Vendors are now operating in specially prepared areas like Fort Street and Lawrence Lane. Downtown is now alive with pride. During emancipation celebrations, Sharpe Square lit up with gospel sing-offs, cultural displays, and community love. The transformation isn't just physical, it's emotional. Residents and vendors alike are embracing the change. With new energy in the air, the city feels united, safe, and festive. This transformation is only the beginning. Montego Bay's facelift now includes plans to expand improvements to other streets, Long Lane, Lower St. James Street, and more. It's not just about beautification. It's about creating a functional, livable, vibrant city center that serves locals and wows visitors. Montego Bay is no longer just a destination. It's a symbol of what's possible. With bold leadership, civic pride, and community partnership, a once chaotic city center has become a jewel of the Caribbean. If you've ever doubted change is possible, look no further than Bay. Montego Bay Mayor Richard Vernon says that once the ongoing upgrades to the downtown area of the western city are complete, handcart and food vendors will not be allowed to operate outside of designated zones. Speaking at the unveiling of new waste separation bins and the opening of a pedestrian walkway in Sharpe Square on Thursday, Vernon emphasized that vending will be strictly regulated under the city's revitalization efforts. In terms of vending, the signs for vending have been erected, but they will say no unpermitted vending, and there must be absolutely no handcarts, said Vernon. My policy, which I have communicated to the council, is that handcarts belong in the market district, and that is where they will be. But we are not ones to rush people into a space without providing the necessary amenities. So we are putting amenities in place, and then we will gradually encourage persons in a nice way to get into these spaces. Under the STJMC's Safe Food Program, designated zones for food vending are also being established. When you walk in certain lanes, you will only have access to trinkets and apparels. And when you go to the arcade that we want to build up, you will get storefront operations, where vendors have their little shops, and they can do their business in a more dignified way, continued Vernon. There will be organized vending, no tarpaulins, no handcarts, and let me make that very clear. The Safe Food Program, launched in December 2023, aims to register food vendors to operate in approved zones.
Let's head out on the road as we enjoy the beautiful sounds of Montego Bay and we check on the renovations and other works going on in Montego Bay. Let's go. So thanks for tuning in to Good Life in Jamaica. Do remember to check out our other videos now on your screen. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next video.